with the live stream, so we have restarted the stream. Anyway, so if you missed anything, we had a safety car situation. We're going to restart now. We had an incident involving Joe, who retired. He had contact with Pac-Man, and everyone has pitted apart from the single skipper, both Haas drivers, who are now leading the race. Nearly everyone started on softs, apart from a few cars. One of them was Brandon. Gunnar with an immediate overtake there on Skipper at turn 1. Skipper definitely not the quickest driver in this field, but by far the most reliable one. Oh, look at that. Gunnar on his fresh tires, even the overtake on Kazingo, aka Jack, and takes the lead in the race. What's happening behind him? Oh, Hammers has a pen. Multiple warnings. Must have crossed the track limits a bit too much. Right, so Kazingo second. Next to moved up to third, so Skipper lost another position, moved down to P4, and now has Stewart right behind him. Stewart opted for the hard tire. Stewart, not the most patient driver. So let's see how he's going to do. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, seems to be waiting, Brakes fairly early. Might be thinking, I'll get you on the straight. Or is he going to do it here at the hairpin? Oh, I think he is. He takes P4. Now Mr. Miyagi is next, who wants to do an overtake on Skipper. Oh. Makes a little bit of contact because it brakes a little bit too late. Skipper now has Elliott behind him. And Brendan and Honey Badger. So it's interesting to keep an eye on Brendan because he is on soft tire. They should be fairly quick. Oh, yellow. Oh, wait, Hammers is out. Oh, we have a retirement. And that's another safety car. Oh, and that is Brendan saying thank you. Yeah, of course he's coming in. He can get rid of those softs very easy now. Skipper stays out again. Kazingo pits, Benny Buno pits. Right. Let's have a look. Race director at the pit stops. What have they done on the tires? So if you look at it, Skipper hasn't pitted at all. And him and Kazingo are the only ones who have not used the soft tire yet. Everyone else has used at least 3 months. Oh, look at that. If you look at Benny Buno and Brendan, They may not be up front white right now, but the smart thing they've done is they've used all 3 tire compounds already. So they, from here on, they can do whatever they want on the tires. However, right now they are on place 13 and 15. Skipper decides to pit after all. I think that's a good choice. It's basically a free pit stop. Yes, you lose positions, but you won't lose a lot of time. He is gonna go for the hearts. It drops into P15. But still close to the pack as we are under a safety car. 15 drivers lap. We are on lap 10. Gunnar leading, trying to warm up his tires. Safety car coming in at the end of this lap. 48 laps to go. A long, long way to go. And don't forget, this is a survival race. There's going to be more DNFs. So, you know, you don't have to be up front right now. You need to be up front at the end. Which is always the case, but when the race is so long, so many things can happen. We're on lap 10. We've already had 2 safety cars. Let's see what it brings. And Gunnar is going already. Immediately uses the ERS to create a little gap to next in there. Tires are 5 laps old. Well, he does create a gap of over a second to next him. Yeah, the idea might be to get him out of DRS range as soon as possible. He was for a brief moment. He is on that limit still. It's gonna be tough. And draw out 9 10s. This is looking good for Gunnar. He wants the car behind him out of DRS range. Preferable the car behind that as well. Because it prevents them working together. It's going to be very close. Very, very close, and I think he just managed to get Nexton out. No, he did not. He did not. Nexton is still in it, despite really using all of his ERS there. And what you see is Nexton immediately closed the gap to 5/10. Right, so in P3 there is a margin between the two drivers. It's Miyagi in third, Stewart in fourth. Then we have Hanabecher, Elliott, and Daniel Juhas. So the group 3 to 7. Then we have the leader of the next group is Magic Poop Cannon, the Estonian driver. Leading ahead of Hackett, Raymond, Patman, Vanny Buno, Brandon, and then there's quite a gap to Pizzinho and Skipper, the Haas boys. Or gentlemen, I should say. Right, so Gunnar and Nexton, of course, they are on the medium compound, so a softer compound than Mr. Miyagi is. And they're running away a little bit. But in a handful of laps, they should start to seeing some degradation on those tires, and the hards will become the better type. Meanwhile, Benny Buno picks up a time penalty for cutting corners too many times. Pack still quite close together. Well, then Juhas picks up his first penalty, as he also is losing time on that group. Is a bit in no man's land now. So group 3 to 6 is fighting for that third podium spot, but actually Mr. Miyagi in third is closing in on the two leaders, and he may actually get DRS here on this straight, or just not. Well, just not, but he might on next. No, just not again. But he always breaks it very, very late, so it could help him. Yeah, there we go. And this will help him close the gap even more. And he's gonna bring the rest with him. Well, next meanwhile, takes the lead from Gunnar. Gunnar counters, and they're side by side. Next corner is to the right, and next one is the inside, so he'll take the lead. Mr. Miyagi is fully close to gap now. Stewart and Elliott and Honeybatcher are there too. Well, Daniel Juhas seems to have a problem, but he lost over 2 seconds in one lap. So he's struggling right now, or maybe made a little mistake. So we have 6 drivers fighting for the lead in the race. And we have another 7 drivers for the next positions. And then there's quite a gap to the Haas drivers. Now here's Gunnar again. The attack on the inside of Nexton. That's fairly raised. Yeah. Nexton has to back out. And that means that Mr. Miyagi is able to come alongside. He's on the inside of the next corner, but not enough to get a car in between. He is certainly showing his nose there. Daniel Yu has even losing even more positions as we have a yellow. Where is the yellow? That's a Ferrari? Oh, it's the Rayman. The Finnish driver making his season debut. And Hackett is pitting. That seems early. Did he have damage? Yes. Probably made contact with the Rayman. As the Williams driver is in the pit lane replacing his nose. Pac-Man and the Rayman are in as well. As they all pit and they go for hard tires. Pac-Man goes mediums. Right, back to the front then. Next to Gunnar still fighting for that lead. Mr. Miyagi a few tenths behind. Starting to form a little gap to the drivers behind them, with Stewart and Elliott fighting for P4. And Honey Badger still trying to follow. Well, meanwhile, Benny Bruno has moved places. He is up to P7 and he was, what, P12, 13 not that long ago. Has overtaken quite a few cars, and Magic is in P8 but ahead of Daniel. So while that group was really close together, it has now splintered a bit with the pit stops of Raymond and Pac-Man. And Benny Bruno, as always, moving up during the race. Meanwhile, Mr. Miyagi pick up a pen, which could cost him barely near the end of the race. Yeah, the fighting of Elliott and Stewart is not helping them because they're losing ground to the group ahead, which means they've lost the DRS train. While Gunnar and Nexton keep switching positions, and again, Nexton regains the lead. Yeah, if you look at the second group, it seems like Elliott is quicker, but just cannot get past Stewart. And that means they're losing ground on the group ahead. So we still have 3 cars left now fighting for the lead in the race. And the gap behind him is starting to grow quickly. It's over 2 seconds now. Look at that, here comes here. Oh no, I thought Mr. Miyagi was going to send it, but backs out of it. And it really shows that the development he has made in the past, he was a bit of a wild one. And tactically he made many mistakes, but last season we've seen a very big growth of not just being quick, but being able to make the right choices. Not many mistakes on track. It seems he is continuing to drive smarter and smarter. It's maturing on track. It's good to see. It seems like Mr. Miyagi is going to make a push for the lead in the race here. As both Nexton and Gunnar are on 13 lap old medium tires. And Mr. Miyagi on the hards. Secondly, and well, Stewart has regained P4. I'm not sure that's the right choice, Stewart, because the group, when Elliott was leading, was finally gaining some time on the group ahead. Sometimes it's better to give up a position and let the other car lead you back to the group, and then make your move. But let's see, it's still going to be a long race. We're not even halfway there. But Honey Badger seems to be losing a little bit of ground. And I guess who's gaining ground? It's good old Benny Bruno. Moved his way up, P7 now. Magic still in 8, Brendan in P9, and I think his tires are starting to become the better one over the mediums. Yeah, here's Brendan with an overtake on Magic, and that gives him P8. Now let's see what he can do. He has a 4-second gap on the car ahead, Benny Bruno. Both have pitted 11 laps ago. Benny on the mediums, who should start feeling some degradation soon. Let's see what develops. However, they're both gaining on Honey Badger in P6. And they may join the group of Elliott and Stewart soon. But up front, it's Mr. Miyagi now, who is leading the pack ahead of Nexton and Gunnar, and slightly, surely, 10th by 10th, 100 by 100, he is gaining a little bit of lead, and he's trying to get him out of DRS range. Right, Elliott in P4 now. And here's Benny already up to P6, passing Honey Badger. Elliott also, of course, on the hards. He and his teammate pitted earlier on in the race with the double stack. Both chose to do a different strategy, one on mediums, one on hards. We could see Junior run away with it early on, but now it's just one position between them, and the gap is closing a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Stewart is, well, actually starting to lose ground now here on Elliott, which will help Benny Bruno reel him in. Next in, 0.8 behind Miyagi. He's doing everything he can to get within the DRS range. Or stay within, better said. Elliott still really gaining on his brother. Honeybatcher really losing ground here. 2.8 already on Benny and only 2 seconds on Brandon. That is coming down quickly. Meanwhile, Magic decides to pit. I think he started on the softs, went to mediums. Now probably going to go hards. Where is he going to drop to? I think P 13 or something? He went in from P9. Yeah, P12 ahead of Hackett, who pitted 7 laps ago. Gap is 6 seconds. Right, Mr. Miyagi really gaining a gap now. The gap is, for the first time, it's over a second. So they're no longer in DRS range and able to crawl back easily. Honeybatcher picks up the time penalty as well, and he pits. And comes in for Hearts. He's going to drop to P11. Where is Magic? Oh, no. That is... Yeah, there's still like 3-4 seconds between them. Let's go up front as Gunnar is trying to make a move on Nexton. Mr. Miyagi is really running away with it now. Quite the difference at Aston Martin, as one of the drivers is leading and one of them is in last. It nearly looks like a Verstappen and Perez scenario. One overperforming and one underperforming in the car. Right, Gunnar keeps looking for that gap but can't find it. That means that Elliott is closing in a little bit. The gap is now 2.2, and that's about the same gap he has on Stewart, and Benny is... Ooh, we have a yellow actually. Who is that? That has been Pac-Man. Right, here is the overtake from Gunnar. Can you make it stick? At the chicane. Meanwhile, Benny has reached up to Stewart and even overtaken him. Although it's Stewart, he won't give up the position that easily. Impressive what Benny is doing on those old medium tires. Look, that's Stewart. Defending hard, as always. Well done, Stewart. Honeybecher posts the sets the fastest lap on fresh hearts. Honeybecher in P10. Skipper is under pressure from Magic Poop Cannon. Magic is on much fresher tires. And that overtake will happen soon, I think. Well, let's go to the front where Elliott has caught up both of the other drivers, his teammate and Nexton. Oh, 3 wide. 3 wide. Oh, some heart battling here between brothers and Nexton. But I think the hard tire is definitely the better tire right now. Yeah, he's quickly driving away from him, but now has a 6.5 second gap to Mr. Miyagi. Right, so if you look at its strategy, Mr. Miyagi and Reddit still have to go to the medium tire, and it seems like 20 laps is about what you can do with them. There's 30 to go, so they still want to go on for another, what, like 5 to 10 laps? While Nexton and Gunnar still have 30 laps ahead of them and need to go to the harder tires. So, oh, they keep fighting for that position. They put up a great show. And here comes Gunnar. Decides to pit after 23 laps on the mediums, and is going to go for the hards. Where is it going to drop from here? Oh, Danny Yu has got a time penalty, being a P9, and he is pitting actually. Right, so Gunnar is going to drop P8. He has Honeybecher close behind him. 2.5 seconds ahead of him is Pizingo. Right, so we're going to be seeing more pit stops soon. And I bet you overtake Scooter. He pitted 5 laps ago, so he has a long way to go on those hards. Next is the next one to pit. Of course, goes to the hard tires. Honey Badger improves the fastest lap again. And Nexton is coming out of the pit lane behind both Honey Badger and Gunnar, and oh, they're right behind Kazingo here. He is, of course, he's on all tires. Here they come. Kazingo defending the inside. And I think that helps Gunnar a bit. Don't forget, it's Kazingo may be on alt tires and much slower because of that at the moment, but it's still her position, so he has the right to defend as he likes. Nexton is also closing in quickly because of that. Oh, look at that. That's very close. Oh, Nexton with the overtake on Honey Badger. That didn't take long. Meanwhile, up front, Mr. Miyagi is creating a huge gap. 8.4 seconds on Ralliant. Rally has 5 seconds. Stewart and Benny Bruno still close together. Brennan 5 seconds behind him. Then we have Gunnar 7 seconds behind them. And because of Gazingel's fighting, Gunnar has 2.5 second lead over Honey Badger and Nexton. And we have a yellow. Oh, Gazingel's out. What happened there? Where is he? Oh, at the fast hairpin. Oh yeah, and that's a safety car. Ooh, what do you get in there now? What are you doing now? Well, Stewart and Benny pitted. Benny went for mediums. Again? Right. Brendan pitted for mediums. Boy, you're gonna have to take those tires for another 26 laps or so. Raymond. Did he pit? Yeah, Magic, Raymond. Skipper pitted for softs. Well, it was a tire he hadn't used yet, so in that way makes sense, but means he definitely will have to come in again. Of course, the leader in the race comes in, and it is most likely going to medium tires. Yeah. Oh, radiator damage? Must be, because they're replacing the front wing. Both on medium. Schooner stays out because he had pitted only 4 laps ago. Where is Stewart gonna be? Wait, what? Oh, look at that. Radiator drops to P5? Oh, that's unlucky. Oh. That is unlucky. Honeybird, you're pitted again. With 25 laps to go after this, I'm not sure if I want to be on mediums. Right, Pac-Man lost in the race. What's he gonna do? He's staying out there. Not having the very best race of his career. This man is a driver who won multiple races. He won a championship, so he knows how to drive. It seems like this version of the game is less suited for his driving style. As he's not getting the results that he used to be getting in the past. Right, so the new order is Mr. Miyagi, Gunnar, Stewart, Benny Booner, Radiot, and then we have Nexton. So, I'll check. Not always watching the Discord while I commentate. Seems like Hackett has a technical issue and may have to retire the car, which is a shame. No points for Williams, only 1 car on track today, as the other Williams drivers, me, having to do comms tonight. Right. That's too bad. No points for the team or Mark. Safety car is up for quite a while. Also seems take quite a while before the cars at the back are catching up, to be fair. But there is the confirmation that the safety car is actually coming in at the end of this lap. However, there's still 1, 2, 3 cars, I think, that haven't caught up yet. Right, so that's Skipper in the Haas. Oh, on the soft! But, that's Hackett, and that's Packen. But I do think, with them slowing down now, I think Skipper and Hackett may actually close. Skipper closer and even nearly overtook Raymond there. So Hackett is back as well. Look, even Pac-Man is closing the gap now, fully back after, well, being 3/4 of a lap down not just too long ago. And let's go to the front as Mr. Miyagi is restarting the race. Good restart. Keeps the lead easily. Right, here we go. Lap 36 of 58. We still have 23 laps to go. Anything can still happen. We have 14 drivers left in this race. We had 3 safety car situations already. The drivers retired. In order of retirement, Joe Hayward, Hammers, and Kazingo. Meanwhile, the English Premier League standings, the fixtures, Everton 4-0 up against the Wolves. Newcastle tied at the moment versus Liverpool. City 3-0 up against Forest, and Chelsea leading 4-1 at Southampton. Arsenal tied with Man United, and Villa 3-0 up against Brentford. Just to keep it. Right, so back to the race. As we near the end of laps 36, Mr. Miyagi is fighting to hold off Gunnar. And it will be very interesting to see how the tires will develop. Because there's such a long way to go, and it means that the cars who are on mediums, well, still 22 laps to go, and they're basically in 4 or 5 lap old tires, so it means we'll have to take them for like 25, 27 laps. That is really, really long on these tires. I wouldn't feel very nice near the end. Here comes Gunnar with the overtake. Fought himself back into the race thanks to the safety car. Brought him up to second with that safety car coming out. And now he retakes the lead as he was in the lead earlier on the race until, well, him and Nexon changed positions many times. But then at some point Mr. Miyagi had enough, said, oh, nope, this is mine, I'll take the lead. And he ran off with it, and he built up like an 8-second lead. So you could say that the safety car cost him dearly. Big lead gone, and now not even in the lead anymore, but he's very close to it. He's quick enough to probably regain the lead again. It's Nexton posting the fastest lap. Stewart, sticking his nose in. Oh, look at that. 5 cars within, what, 3/10 of each other. Oh, Benny is there as well. Of course, Benny is. We're nearing the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Benny's always there. And then another one of those drivers, Brendan, who is always there when it gets tough, when the race is long. But he does get a time pen here. Brendan P7 for now. Let's have a look at the tire pens. Depends. Gunnar and Elliott have nothing next to, and Magic have nothing. Everyone else is 3. With Daniel having 6. Mr. Miyagi back in the lead. Can he reclaim the gap? We have the Kick Saubers both in a podium position. If they could hold on to that, they make a big jump in constructors. As the rival, their main rival, that is Mercedes, won't be scoring that much today, as it seems, with Joe out. And right now, Brendan in P7. And Daniel fighting. Mr. Miyagi still in the lead, Gunnar close behind him. Seems to be a gap developing now to the second Sauber. Is nearly a second behind. Gunnar again with the overtake. Honeybatcher keep fighting and switching that position. To P7, look. Outside, inside. Brandon again at P7, but then here comes Honeybatcher again. Oh, that goes well. Oh, yeah. They keep going side by side there, while Benny Bruno has his fastest lap. Magic is now right behind Barrand and Honeybatcher. And the fighting is costing some time because Brandon now has a 1.6 gap ahead of him. He's too busy fighting off Honeybatcher. Miyagi uses DRS to reclaim the lead. Elliott and Benny are there as well. 18 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, for the English Premier League fans, Liverpool has taken the lead. So 3-2 up at Newcastle. Skipper's still holding on to those softs, 9-lap hold. I assume he's going to pit not too far from here. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Brennan finally created a gap behind him. Well, Honeybatcher has been overtaken by his teammate of today, the Rayman. So Honeybatcher drops to 9, Raymond to P8. Oh, Honeybatcher drops another position as Magic Poop Cannon. Yes, that is correct. You heard that name? Correct. Magic Poop Cannon. The American from Estonia. That's the right phrase. Goes to P8 even. Is he? No. Because Rayman fights himself back. Right, and up front, Gunnar lost a few positions. Elliott now in second. Benny up to third. Look at that. Here comes Benny. If I have to predict now who's going to win, I find it really hard to say. I mean, we know that Benny is a phenomenal finisher, as in the longer race lasts, the better he is. And we've seen already that he's pretty good in maintaining the pace on the older tires. Skipper is in the pit lane. But Benny does have a penalty. So, purely looking at speed, I think Mr. Miyagi is the quickest. But with the long straights, the DRS and all that, you can keep up with a driver ahead of you a bit more easy than normally. Although the gap now is 8-9 tenths. If I had to make a prediction, I'm saying Mr. Miyagi's not going to win. And I'd say it's going to be Elliott with Benny ahead of Miyagi. Anyway, we do have a gap after P6. So Skipper went to fresh mediums. You can finish your race now. Right. So let's have a look at the race direct. Everyone has used. And has everyone used all the required components? The required competence is soft, medium, hard in any order. And it seems like everyone who's still in the race has done so. So that is no discussion. Right, we see the Kick Brothers switching positions. Benny now in second, but here comes the thing. Can he keep up with Mr. Miyagi? Or is Mr. Miyagi able to run away with it again, create another gap? If he can, he's going to win, of course. Rainman meanwhile to P7. Gunnar finds himself back to P2. Gap is 1.5 seconds to Mr. Miyagi. We've come to the moment where, well, tire degradation is definitely going to play a part. Oh, update from the Premier League. Newcastle has tied again. Benny retakes P2 and the fighting is only costing them time, I believe. .5 is now the gap, and there's actually a gap of a second to Reliot trying to hold off. Wait, I did miss something. Benny Bruno decided to pit? What is that? That's unexpected. Wait, so Benny dropped to P13 because of pits, Brendan pits as well, so apparently the tires were dying? But they do throw away a good result here, unless there's a safety car really soon now. Not impossible. But it's a bit surprising now. Wait, there's another pit stop. The magic pit. Again, we knew when we had the last safety car that it was fairly early to take those tires to the end. But as Benny is behind Brendan and both pitted, something must have happened to Benny that I missed. Apologies if I did. What are the overall gaps? Let's have a look at that. 37 Benny to the lead, Brendan 27 to the lead. So if the leaders decide to pit, Brendan's still shot, but I don't think they will. There's 10 laps to go after this. I doubt they will. You're just going to ride it out to the end. You're not going to give up 25 seconds and a lot of positions. But as we've had three drivers who pitted quite recent. We may see more doing it. Brendan fastest lap, and Benny even improves in that. Benny just behind Magic here. What's going on here? Stewart is losing time and position. Stewart's tires seem to die off. Stewart not as good as keeping his tires alive. Oh, and look at him slide there. Maybe he decides to pit as well, knowing he doesn't have a chance to win anymore. Let's see what Stewart's gonna do. Nah, he's gonna stay on. So Rayman with a very good race, P5. Not being very visible. He's been in the midfield most of the time, but with some drivers retiring and some making unexpected pit stop decisions. Oh wait, we have a crash. Daniel Juhas spins on the main straight. Whoa, that was a bit scary with Benny Bruno coming up to that. Oh, he spins again. The Magic nearly drives into him. Oh, his tires are probably overheated. Hackman just behind him. Daniel was having quite a good race, but all falling apart now. Will this lead to late race shenanigans? As in, do we get a safety car? Who's going to be the Latifi? Right up front, let's not forget we'll have Mr. Miyagi up front, but he has a 3-second penalty. And we have Gunnar, who is doing everything he can to stay within 3 seconds of the race leader. And if he does, he gets the win. So, and we have Nexton in P3, Raleigh in P4. And then we have a whole bunch of drivers from P5 to 10 who all have a pen. Let's see what Daniel is going to do. He stays out there. All tires, P12. Yeah. Yeah, I probably did the same in this situation and pray for a safety car. And if it doesn't come, you're gonna go, if you still have them, on fresh salts and fastest lap and have some fun, you know. Rayman is really moving forward now because he's even putting Elliott under pressure. So it seems like he is better on these old mediums than Elliott is. Where is the big surprise coming? Who is going to make a mistake? Who is going to crash out? Make a pit stop. Gunnar stays steady on the 2.3 seconds distance to Mr. Miyagi. Neither can afford a single mistake or you're going to lose the race. Next is a little bit slower, like 1-2 tenths a lap. Raymond is keeping himself as on the same speed as the leader, I think. Small mistake, and Elliott immediately reclaims P4. And Stewart closes the gap again, as well. So we still have 6 cars for the lead? Well, not for the lead, but for the big points. Just in 10 seconds. Gap to Hunter. And as the race continues, we still have 6 laps to go. And yeah, you don't want to pit anymore. But I think the hard tire is well, not getting better, but it's gonna get less bad than the mediums are. Raymond with another overtake on Relia for P4. So, without anything crazy, it seems like the 3 drivers for the podium are set, but the order isn't. In fact, Gunnar is gaining time on Mr. Miyagi. He's probably really feeling those old medium tires. Whew. You want to get rid of him badly, but you can't, because you're going to lose so much time and positions. You know you're going to need to stay up, but the tires are going to get worse and worse. And even Nexton is gaining quite a bit of time. So, as it stands, Gunnar would win the race on penalties. Miyagi would be second, and Nexton would be third. If it continues like this, Nexton may be moving up another position. Right, Raymond now fully loose. From Elliott, he dropped him. Elliott's struggling on those tires, and he's still fighting Stewart. Here comes Stewart, by the way, with the overtake. Drops Elliott to P6. Gunnar really gaining ground here. Might be in DRS range soon. Actually, he is already. Which will only make it easier for him. Might be able to save some ERS on the next long straight, as you can use DRS anyway. Yeah. He is closing in very quickly. He's all over his gearbox now, and Nexton is just 4.5 seconds away from Mr. Miyagi. Oh, here comes Gunnar when he overtake. Oh, that seems to be going easy. Mr. Miyagi's tires seem to be really, really done now. Now the question seems more, can he hold on to P2? Look at that. Gains about 8 tenths of a second in one sector. Wow. Might be able to use DRS on Gunnar. He will be, and that will really, really help him. However, Nexton is still closing in now. It's 4.2. That's to the leader. So that's basically 3.7 to Mr. Miyagi. And he only has a 3-second margin. Meanwhile, Stewart and Elliott keep fighting for P5. Raymond with a really, really phenomenal last stint of that race on those medium tires. Once again, Gunnar running away in that third sector. We have 2 laps to go. That means we're not going to have a safety car anymore. Anyone left will also be qualified for the race. As even if you retire now, you still have raced enough distance to be classified. Everyone has used the required tires, so that's not in question either. Let's look at the intervals. Oh, we have a yellow! Oh, talking about retirements! Benny Buno! Oh dear. Oh, Benny. Well, it's too late for a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Benny really tried to be the Latifi of this race, but he's too late. And that moves everyone behind him up a bit. Right, so Gunnar still leading as we are going to enter the final lap of this very long race. 58 laps. He has an 8/10 lead on Mr. Miyagi. More than that, Mr. Miyagi has a time penalty. In third, it's Nexton. Nexton has a 2.7 gap to Mr. Miyagi. And if that stays below 3 seconds, Nexton is going to move up a position due to the pen Mr. Miyagi has. In fourth, we got the Rayman. In fifth, we got Stewart. He's probably going to lose 1 position due to a pen. And lose that position to the man he's been fighting all race, Elliott. In seventh, we got Brendan, who's still trying to hold off the Honey Badger. Brendan, who made a bit of a surprise pit stop 11 laps ago. And still fighting here. As they go, but let's go to the leaders. As Gunnar is coming around the final corners of the race. 100% race, 58 laps on Abu Dhabi. Here comes Gunnar. Here is the final corner. I've seen it gone wrong after the final corner in the past. I won't mention your name, mister. But anyway, it's Gunnar with the win. Well done. And Nexton takes second. And of Mr. Miyagi due to a pen. Raymond, very good in fourth. Elliott in fifth. Stewart in sixth. Now it seems to be Mr. Honeybadger, or is it Brendan? Brendan, or no. Oh, wow. I'm surprised Honeybadger doesn't get penalised for that. Going very wide on that last corner. So it's Honeybadger in seventh. Brendan in P8, Magic in P9, just ahead of Hackett in the Williams P10 for him. Oh, and Pac-Man moves up over Daniel Yuhas because of penalties. And now we have Skipper. Good old Skipper, P13. Well done, everyone, for completing this race. Driver of the day, Brandon. Not sure if I agree. He's never been really able to get to the front of the group, of the pack. Sure, compared to his starting position, you get a lot of places, but anyway, we have a win for Gunnar, big points for him, big points for the team, as his teammate got 5th place as well. Right, so I'm going to take you through the unofficial full results. Gunnar wins ahead of next to Mr. Miyagi, the Raymond, Rediot, Stewart, Honey Badger, Brendan, Magic Poopkin, and Hackett. Then we have Pac-Man, Daniel, and Skipper in P13. Those were the finishers. Benny Bruno, who sets the fastest lap, is, well, he does get classified because he crashed with about 1 or 2 laps to go, yeah. And the non-finishers, Kazingo, Hammers, and Hayward. If we go to Race Director, you can see everyone has used the required tire compound. So, I want to thank you all for watching if you did. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you back tomorrow, because we're going to have Division 2. With more battles, more fun at Abu Dhabi. And next week on Wednesday, we are back. Where are we racing? I honestly, are we going to go Monaco? Well, just check the calendar. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.